Fellow young African innovators, good morning. Please allow me express my gratitude to M10 Uganda for their good program, the Yellow Care, that has extended their support to rural areas. And we standing here, that is one of the benefits. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pascal Kanyesije. I'm here with Martin Chigozi and Deli Kichambade, our mentor and our teacher. Recently, in August 2025, in Geneva, Switzerland, the world leaders met for the Global Plastic Treaty. But you know what? The talk ended in a deadlock. There was no final conclusion on how they are going to be handling the plastics. Ladies and gentlemen, in my hand, I'm holding a debit card. Did you know that it weighs 5 grams? Matthew Kappen, a professor in pharmaceutical science, after carrying out a study, he proved that in the human brain, there are 7 grams. And he said that if nothing is done, this value is estimated to increase 50% after 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, and it has been proven that today's babies, biologically, they are born with plastics. Therefore, I want you to believe that before the end of this speech, we shall all come to an agreement that the BFC solution can simply contribute to the reduction of the plastics in the human system. The WWF researchers, after carrying out studies, they proved that a healthy clean water body can provide a healthy meal to over 1 billion people every day and forever. But please, on a sad note, this sustainability has been destroyed away due to our practices of the poor disposal. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, in Africa, from the plastics that is generated, only 80% is recycled and collected. In Uganda, only 60% is not collected. I meant like in Africa, 80 to 60 is not collected. Now, why is that portion not collected, yet we have good bottle collectors, good plastic collectors? This is because there is a lacking rewarding system even to the individuals with one bottle. I have, for example, like in our area, there is Mr. Matovu who is dealing in buying plastics. However, he buys in bulk, leaving those individuals with one bottle. And these are the people that end up dropping such bottles in the wrong places. And it ends up compiling all that percentage that is not collected. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me introduce to you the EcoDrop BFC solar-powered system that simply calls everyone, even with one bottle, to be rewarded dropping it in the right place. It transforms an environment hazard into an economic opportunity, and it is turning every littler into collector. Ladies and gentlemen, how does this system work? The system, you register with us using our agent, and then on using the BFC scans, the agent scans his ID in order to activate the system, and then the client scans his ID in order to go to his BFC account, and then later he starts dropping in bottles, and for every bottle that is dropped, 1 point is awarded that is equivalent to Ugandan shilling 6. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to bring this one on board. We have been already in a prototype doing this, and it has shown a really measurable change in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, partnering with M10, it simply means that where it is very easy for someone to register themselves on their smartphones. That is getting the M10's API, and so that we can carry out all that process. Ladies and gentlemen, one BFC machine, let us see the impact that it can easily bring. One BFC machine in a day, it can collect 1,000 bottles. That simply means that it can collect 20 kilograms in a day. Annually, that is 7 0.3 tons of plastics. Now, if we are buying every kilogram at Ugandan shilling 500, which is US dollars 0.14, it simply means that selling it at 0.22 US dollars, we are making a profit margin of 30. And simply, 30 may look quite small, but our model, our solution is to impact first. And then the revenue is to back up. And then the grant that we may get, it is to accelerate. Now, if one BFC machine can do such a great job, then what about if we deploy 100 BFC in different places? This simply means that we are going to be collecting around 1 million bottles every day. So you can imagine how clean our environment can be having the BFC machine put in the place. What makes us stand out? It is a first of a unique BFC solution that calls for everyone to come and participate. Since we don't want bulk of kilograms of bottles, but we are looking at every individual with one bottle that whenever you drop in, you are being rewarded. And also what makes us to stand out, it is a first of a kind that is very unique in the way how it functions. We are using technology and we are really brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are brilliant. Yes, because we are calling everyone to come and participate. Please, this is a world crisis. When the world leaders met, they failed to come. So we cannot stand and wait for them until they come to put a plastic treaty. We have to stand and do something before the time elapses, before our world gets into damage. Therefore, this BFC machine, how does it benefit our community? Number one, we are putting agents on this BFC machine so that they can be paid, they can get some money. You participating and dropping in, you are getting some good money that easily you can get something to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me tell you that the BFC solution, it is a better solution that is going to help us to stop the plastics in our African continent. Please allow me rest my case.
Thank you so much. And I quite like you've answered the question I had for one of the other candidates before, which was, how would you incentivize a shift in behavior towards, recycling and so forth? So the incentive mechanism, I think, is one that would work, because we know we'd all like to get something from doing the right thing. So thank you for that. The questions I had for you was, can you just talk us through who's the off-taker? Once you've collected it, who takes it from you, or where do you take it towards? And then just give me a little bit of an understanding of whether, would this be more applicable in a rural context, a peri-rural context, or more of an urban context? So that we kind of get a sense of how you'd scale over time. And then I think your agent model is quite of a good one, because then you have a high job creation kind of component and high uptake. So that was just more of a comment. My question is mostly your off-taker and then your context, urban versus rural and so forth.
Okay, thank you so much. That is quite a very brilliant message. But please allow me, I welcome my teacher to talk.
Thank you so much, Judge. This is a wonderful question. Already in Uganda, we have EcoBricks, which buys, and we also have Takataka. They are into buying plastics, but for them, what they do, they only buy in bulk. You can't call them to come for your plastic if it is not in bulk. So what the BFC does, we are collecting. Even if you have one, bring it. So for us, if we have the tonnage that EcoBricks can come, we call them. Because on the first slide, we have our BFC is connected to a cage such that you can't steal what you put. And then we can pack it in the plastic bags like you have seen. And then when it is the right tonnage that EcoBricks can come, or Takataka, we invite them, they come and we sell to them. Because for them, they pay higher. Thank you so much.
So I have a question. I'm interested in the. So you said in the machine you will deposit your bottles and then you get credited with Zambian shillings, no kwacha. Sorry, with money. I can't. Oh, you're in Uganda. Apologies.
Yes.
I wanted to check, how do you then access the money to buy things? Is it in the card? Do you take that card and you purchase with it? I wasn't. Maybe I didn't quite catch that. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Unfortunately, I don't know, we misplaced our client cards, maybe at the hotel, but I have one here. The other ones are quite big. A customer at the moment, all your profile is generated here when you register. So all your data is on this one at your profile. So when you want to get your money, you'll have to withdraw it with our agent. That is why we want the MTN API integration, Momo, such that you can withdraw it at your convenience. You can pay utilities like water bills in Uganda, electricity. You can even use it to buy data or airtime. So that is why we are here, is to negotiate a partnership with companies like MTN. They should employ our product such that any African, if it is in Uganda, it becomes a direct goal for financial inclusion, data traceability, and even the beverage companies like the data. How many are coming from Lake Victoria? How many at what time? When is consumption at a high rate? They need this data. So BFC will solve that. Thank you so much.
Maybe just a quick one. First of all, I have another research which says that the 7 grams you said is not correct. What would you say to that?
Yeah, I said that. Thanks so much for that question and for that research. Matthew Kappen is a professor in pharmaceutical science in New Mexico University. So he carried out an experiment that took him 10 years. And he proved that in the human brain, there are 7 grams.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Now, okay, well, my point is, I think I fear when we reference to one person than looking at a number of research that confirms your position. Because it's possible that as much as he's a very good professor, he can be wrong. Yeah. So it's when you throw out these numbers, ensure that we've got a spread, we've got a bigger number of research that confirm what you're saying. Back to maybe a bit more on I was trying to understand the card. What was the reference to the Visa card? And as you respond to that, what are you using for your customers as well? Is it plastic?
So thank you so much. So using that Visa card, I wanted to compare the quantity of the Visa card plus the quantity of the microplastics that we are having in the human brain. So one card, as you can see, it weighs 5 grams. And now if in the human brain there are 70 grams, this simply puts us on a panic that we are having something greater than a credit card in our brain.
Perfect. Let's look at your business proposition. You said your margin is about 30%?
Yes.
Is this based on business already done, or is this a projection?
This one is based on the project that has been already done, but we have started initially after receiving the seed capital from the PachiPanda that we participated in Uganda. So we carried out a pilot study in our area, Kalangala district, Uganda, and we are awarding Ugandan shilling 10 to every one bottle and to every person that brought. So really we saw a measurable, visible reduction, and we determined that by doing this every day and getting this amount of bottles, we are able to get 30% as our profit margin.
And maybe I could have missed it. What is your ask in terms of funding?
So our terms, what we are asking, number one, we want to, because when we see at the 600 metric tons of plastics generated every day in our country, and only 60% is not collected and recycled. So what will be our ask? Number one, we want to put 100 BLC in different areas so that we can be able to reach on our target of collecting the 7,000 and the 500 tons annually. And the second thing is that since we are going to be handling people's transactions and all that, handling people's data, so we need a stronger ICT system that can simply handle that. And that one puts us higher because we are capable of having the real data of how the plastics are consumed, they are distributed in the community.
No, thanks.
Thank you, guys. By a show of hands, are we all good? Okay. Who's feeling brilliant today? Show your hand. Okay, thank you so much. I think, okay, once you guys are seated. Oh, they want to see it.